Welcome to Movie Life Crisis. Join us as we watch the best movies from 30 years ago.
Somewhere in the city,
You're going to come take a look at this?
a madman is loose,
Episodes of homicide.
inspired by the 7 deadly sins.
Gluttony, greed.
I hate this city.
You can expect 5 more.
They know his motive.
His murders are his sermons to us.
They know his game.
I've gone and done it again.
7 deadly sins. 7 ways to die.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
No.
7.
7.
7 Deadly Sins.
Dude, I know the whole thing is we weren't supposed to know it was Kevin Spacey until we know it's Kevin Spacey. But I totally heard that and knew it was Kevin Spacey.
I didn't watch the trailer before I watched the movie, and
Me either.
I was absolutely shocked. When Kevin Spacey came on screen, I was like, holy shit, this is awesome.
Yeah, I totally forgot he was even in this. But I'm saying, like,
The trailer.
had I watched the trailer in 1995, I would have been like, is that Kevin Spacey?
Well, I've been doing your pro move and just downloading the TV spot, so that would have come out after the movie already came out, because the actual trailers a lot of times are like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and instead of downloading and editing, I just do the TV spot.
Right. So by
maybe
that
the
time,
actual
everybody
trailer
had already
didn't
talked
have-
about it.
Because I feel like Fincher and all the people involved with this movie were so anal about everything, they probably would not have let Kevin Spacey, and Kevin Spacey too, like he was like dead set about like, you can't put me on the poster because then everyone knows who the killer is when I haven't appeared for an hour into the movie.
Right, and he doesn't have his name in the beginning. He's first billed at the end, but he doesn't have his name. Yeah, it was awesome.
Like he said he was about to not do it because they were like, no, we got to put you on there because that'll bring people into the seats. He's like, I'm not doing it. If you're wondering an hour in who the killer is and I'm the third build, it's pretty obvious who the killer is. He was like, I'll just walk right the fuck out of here. And I'm like, okay, it's fine.
Don't make me touch a little boy.
No, wait, he was doing that just for his own.
Yeah, he's just like that. He's just like that part.
What appropriate casting. Dude, I, despite having gone to a lot of Catholic school and just having watched this movie, I still don't know if I can name all 7 of the deadly sins.
I just watched it, and I don't think I
Gluttony,
can either.
greed, pride, wrath, envy. That's 5.
Envy,
Lust.
hate, jealousy. No, wait, that's the Nas thing.
No, that's Nas. I can definitely do that. I only got 6. And I try to do as much sinning as I can. I'm out here doing the Lord's work as much as possible.
Gluttony, greed, sloth, envy, wrath. Did you say wrath?
I think so. I think I said wrath and envy because those are the last 2 in the movie from the final scene.
Pride? Did you say pride?
Pride. I might have forgotten pride, which is ironic.
Lust?
Lust.
Envy.
I got lust. Hate.
Yeah.
Now I'm just thinking about Nas.
Yeah. Let's play that in the on the outro.
Movie Life Crisis, season 5, episode 23. The movie SE, the number 7 EN.
I'm shocked at how many people don't write it that way, because they write it the other way, because otherwise it's lucky number 11 and nobody will ever find it anywhere when you type stuff in.
Well, I went on an internet deep dive about the 7 with the numeral in it because I was like, when did they do that? Because if that like comes up, if you're streaming, if you're on your media server or whatever, you see that, and it's like a very recognizable way to write that very short word.
Right.
And it's like the script was 7 with a V, the shooting script was 7 with a V, the early production stuff was 7 with a V, the VHS release was 7 with a V, the original. Like the guy just did it for the credits of the movie and then for the poster, and it wasn't until like the DVD special edition came out like 10 years later that they officially started like doing it with the actual numeral where the V goes, which is genius.
Right. Like putting the 8 where the G is for the sequel.
Yeah. It's 5 dogs, 5.
Oh, man. Dude, I'm glad we did this one.
I did. I wrote in my notes, I put this off to the last minute because I don't like this kind of movie, and I was thinking that it was like really scary, and it kept being late at night. I was like, I should start it. I was like, I don't want to start it now. The house is all dark. And then you were probably like,
dude's waiting for me in the closet.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
No, it's not that scary. It's just kind of like a thriller. I was like, oh, all right, sweet. And I was like, dude, it's not as scary as I remember. It's just weird and dark. It was actually, I freaking loved it.
Yeah, it was. Dude, it was
That
a detective movie, right?
Yeah.
Before anything.
Yeah, because I told Wendy last night, I was like, I gotta finish watching Seven. She's like, you shouldn't do that. I was like, I don't want to. And then I was like, oh, this is awesome. It's not. I was like, had my hand over my face, like, it's fine actually. It's good.
Peeking through the covers.
Dude, I don't like scary movies. I remember I lived in Colorado with Screech and with Jamie Sher, and we had a PlayStation, like original PlayStation, and you could play DVDs in it. And I owned like Swingers and Event Horizon and Blade. Those are the only 3 movies that we had. And Screech was always like, "Let's watch Event Horizon." I was like, "No, I'm not watching. Let's just watch Swingers again." I can't. And like, it was one of 3 movies that I owned, and I kept refusing to watch it because it was so freaking freaky.
Maybe 3 years ago, there was a kid that was like, "What's the scariest movie you ever saw?" I was like, "Event Horizon." Yeah. He's like, "You didn't even think about it." I was like, "It was terrifying." I was in the theater going, "Why am I doing this?" And I own it on DVD now because now that I've made it through. But I haven't watched it too many times since then. The kid went home and asked his dad if he had seen it, and his dad was like, "Yeah, don't watch it." He was like, "Well, now I want to watch it." So he did watch it. And he was mortified. He was just like, why didn't I listen to y'all? It was terrifying.
I'm saying, dude, no cable TV, owned 3 movies. That was one of them. I was like, I don't want to watch that. I'm good. And also, I think this guy, Kevin Walker, who wrote this script, was involved in Event Horizon. I don't know if he did an uncredited rewrite or if he originally did it, but he was, because I saw that in his credits. It's like, of course this freaking weirdo worked on that scary-ass movie.
Yeah, I like that. That's awesome.
But yeah, dude, this was your pick, and I was not excited about it. And it was the #1 movie of the year, and I was like, God, I guess but it was awesome.
I don't know that, like, movies like this, I mean, we talk about this at the end, could it be remade? But, dude, even though it's like Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, you don't get hard R movies like this that everybody likes.
No, I had that, too, that we can talk about. I do the synopsis, and I'll do the budget, and we can talk about that.
Okay. 2 detectives hunt a serial killer who uses the 7 deadly sins as his blueprint.
Yeah. And his library card. $33 million budget, $327 million gross. This is the #1 movie on the year, depending on how you want to do your accounting. But, like, New Line Cinema, which is like an independent movie production house, produces this. They go over budget. Fincher is a guy who directed Madonna videos and has no like feature credits really, except a failed Alien sequel.
Yeah,
Brad Pitt is freaking coming off of River Runs Through It or whatever. Like he was like
he's coming from inside. He's coming from outside.
Yeah, dude, he was outside, but he wasn't like the gritty like Fight Club Brad Pitt. Fight Club hasn't happened yet. It happens because so it's like they didn't want to cast him like he's too pretty. He's like no. He's like I'm gonna be weird with it.
No,
and
I'm gonna be weird with it.
Like you were saying, like it doesn't seem like this movie could have happened. It shouldn't have happened the first time because all of them, like Fincher, Pitt, Morgan Freeman, Kevin Spacey, the writer, the studio, they're all going like they could keep messing this up. They had like 13 rewrites, and the studio's execs kept being like, "Do one word that where there's a happy ending, where like he kidnaps her, but then they rescue her, and then they ride off, and then like happy music plays, and then everybody was like, fuck no, we hate that. We're not doing it."
I really like this Hitler character. Can you make him less anti-Semitic?
Could he not be anti-Semitic? Yeah, but like during the test screening, women were saying to Fincher, "Is like you are horrible. I hate you." Like people were mad about how dark this movie was, but it's so good.
I don't know if it's because life is just piling on right now, but the whole time I was just like, "Yep, this all tracks. This is perfect. I'm stuck. I'm stuck here. This is it."
Yeah, dude, This was making me think of the Butterfly Effect and like some of the alternate endings for that were just dark as shit. And I was like, some of those I actually really liked.
Yeah, I like a nice Empire Strikes Back, bad guys win kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And then they were talking about like, I mean, whatever. Let's do awards.
Awards. 1 Oscar nom, best film editing. I thought it was good film editing. It had some BAFTA nominations too. I think, dude, this is like a snub. I feel like Kevin Spacey could have won something. I feel like the director could have won something. The screenplay was good. I love the cinematography, the way everything looks all washed out. I actually looked up what that's called because it was so cool. So like, I feel like they could have done better with.
They could have done it. I think if Fincher had a higher profile at the time, they would have maybe cleaned up, because now he's like an auteur and everyone knows that he does good stuff. But back then it was like the guy who did Madonna videos and then that bad Alien movie. And now like David Fincher, that guy's a genius.
Right.
So, but yeah, dude, they talked about like they intentionally shot on film that they overexposed to make it look real dark.
Right.
And the executives were going like, it's too dark, you got to brighten it up. And he was like, we're not doing it. Go pound sand. And then, dude, I had like the freaking music was creepy as shit.
Yeah, dude, it was good. The whole thing.
Yeah, like even stuff I don't know that much about, like editing. I was like, it seems like freaking that pacing is great.
Yeah.
And then even the like title sequence, like the weird looking 7 with the actual numeral, like that's what made me think of Event Horizon. And I was like, that shit just looks like someone's gonna jump out and murder me. Just
Dude, I looked up the title, the guy who did that, like how it's like scratched with a needle or whatever. Kyle Cooper's that guy's name. He freaking killed it.
Yeah. So this was like kind of all start to finish. Everyone freaking crushed it. But no sequels, no spinoffs.
Well, there was gonna be a sequel. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
There was gonna be 8, EI, the number 8, HT, and then Fincher and Morgan Freeman both said no, because the idea was Detective Somerset, Morgan Freeman's character, was going to be revealed to have psychic powers, and then he and Brad Pitt were going to go do more things, and Fincher just noped out of there, and he was just like, this is stupid, we're not doing this. Morgan Freeman was like, yeah, I don't like it either.
Yeah.
So it took that same script, though, and made a movie in 2015 called Solace with Anthony Hopkins and the guy who played Alexander. I can't think of his name now, but they made that film, and it's not good. Like 20% Rotten Tomatoes. I can remember not watching.
Colin Farrell? Is that the guy?
Colin Farrell, yeah.
Nice.
So it ended up not doing well, but
nice.
Not a shock.
That was a good call to not make 8 with the numeral 8 with psychic Morgan Freeman.
I don't. How do you even? Can you say that a different way? Like
no, you cannot. I don't remember when I first saw this, and I think I had a vision of it being way scarier than it was. I'm not sure I ever saw the whole thing. I think I might have just seen like bits and pieces because I was thinking it was freaky.
Dude, I can remember renting it, and this was sitting on a girl's couch watching it because it had Brad Pitt in it.
Yeah.
And then as soon as 9 Inch Nails was on in the beginning and the credits, I was like, I don't think this is a movie I'm going to want to watch.
Yeah.
I realized it was going to be scary. So I don't remember fully seeing it. Like, I don't, like, what's in the box? Like, I've seen that clip before.
Yeah.
And the movie was playing in the background, but I wasn't watching that. So, like,
for sure.
I remember it being.
I was legitimately shocked when Kevin Spacey appeared. I was like, oh, he's like that's the real guy. I was like, guys, get in here. And it was just me. It's Kevin Spacey. He's the guy.
Detective.
Yeah.
You're looking for me? Yeah. I was like, golly, Kevin Spacey, awesome. I think it's great. But, I didn't fully watch it all the way through the first time. So I count this as my first time, even though it's technically my second time saying it.
Yeah. I think I'm in the exact same spot. Would you rate it 1 to 10? No 7s.
No 7s. First things first, in January of this year, they released a 4K IMAX pass where he went through and like fixed random things with AI and like didn't George Lucas it, but fixed it.
Right.
So I watched that version and it was crystal freaking clear and the surround sound was on and I was home by myself. It was pretty creepy.
Yeah.
And the whole time I was like, this is really awesome and I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I went back to see what he actually fixed and watched on YouTube, like comparisons, and it's not even that big of a change. So I feel like I still got the thing. And if you can stomach staring into the abyss of this movie, I think you would also give it an 8.5 because I freaking loved it.
Yeah, like I said, I was having to psych myself up like I was going to go outside when it's really cold to take the trash. I was like, here we go. Turn it on. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. And I was like, all right, they found the glutton. I was like turning my head to the side. I'm like, it's fine. They're not even really showing anything.
They barely show it, right.
Like the scariest part, only because I wasn't ready for it, was the guy that starved to death that then like jumped up like a vampire and scooted.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
That's the sloth guy, yeah.
Yeah.
And he like coughs or something and makes a noise.
Yeah, but that was like the only jump scare in the whole movie. And I was like, this is fine. I'm totally fine. This is like...
Yeah.
So... Yeah, dude. I
So
also
what'd you
gave
give
it 8.5 out of 10.
Nice.
It was just, I was actually, and after the fact, I was like, man, I feel like I should even give it more than that, just because it's so strange for this group of people to have come together and made this movie. Like, the writer's his first script. It's Fincher's first movie, except for the Alien sequel.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt's not Brad Pitt yet. He's like long-haired Fabio outside Brad Pitt.
He's outside Brad Pitt.
He's outside Brad Pitt, and then now he's like inside gritty Brad Pitt.
Right.
Like,
Now he's almost Fight
He
Club.
comes in at the last minute, but only if he can't be credited. And like, dude, the editing and the freaking music, the score, it's all so it's kind of perfect.
Yeah, everything came together right.
Like, it's not even my kind of movie really, but I feel like this is like a masterpiece of this genre, and I'm kind of annoyed that I spent so long not knowing how good it was.
So you think you'd like, now that you know what it's like, you think you ever watch it again?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, oh, well, this game sucks, let me just turn on Se7en in the background. But like, if someone wants to watch it, I definitely will. Or if someone's like, dude, you know what movie's awesome? Se7en. I'm like, yes, exactly.
Right. Yes, the game sucks. I want to feel bad about myself.
Yeah, we're barbecuing. Let's just throw on Se7en while the kids play. I don't know.
Is the jump on? I'm going to throw on the thing where we stare into the abyss and be sad.
Yeah, let me turn down my Motown playlist and put on Se7en for the crowd. Like, I don't know who's doing... Like, I never want to rewatch weird, dark movies. But yes, it's awesome, and I will definitely do it again if someone wants to.
One of the kids asked me what movie we were doing, and I said Se7en, and they were like, I don't know what that is. I was like, what's in the box? And they were like, ooh, dick in a box? I was like, what? So this is outside of their wheelhouse, and they're 16, 17, 18 years old.
Yeah, dude.
So they've never seen a lot of them.
That's crazy, man, because that's such an iconic... Anyway, let's do the top 3 scenes.
Yeah.
So, speaking of what's in the box, my number one is the final scene of the movie, which is the what's in the box. They're out in the field outside Brad Pitt.
So good.
That
the
shit.
Tension.
Oh, and dude, so they're like driving out there. They're in the cop car with Kevin Spacey in the back. He's just being like psychotic, creepy Kevin Spacey, and they're just talking to him. He's just saying, he's got his big speech about how he's just doing the Lord's work. And like, I was thinking the whole time, I was like, dude, he's definitely going to murder one of these guys, or maybe both of them, or maybe like they're going to murder him, or like Gwyneth Paltrow's going to be there. She's going to. So I was like, kind of figuring it out.
Dude, so did you notice that when they were going back and forth between Brad Pitt and him?
Yeah.
The grate that's behind the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt was on the other side of it. The camera looked through the grate to get to Brad Pitt, but on the other side it was Kevin Spacey. It was behind the camera.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, wait, because I don't know why I picked up on it this time, because I was trying to think about stuff like that, I guess. And I was like, oh, snap, he's about to do something to Brad Pitt, because now he's like in the cage.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he's flipping it on him. And now, dude, that was a nihilist mic drop that just freaking blew my mind. I was just like, dang, this is good.
I think this is one of the best scenes of any movie we've done all year.
Yeah.
Like those 3, all those guys are incredible. It's a freaking twist ending that's like just as good as The Usual Suspects.
And it's just slowly building. Dr. Cox is in a helicopter, freaking building up the tension even more. Dude, it was great.
And they're in the middle of nowhere. You don't really know what's going on. And because I kind of know, because when the guy got out of the delivery, I'm like, oh, what's in the box? Obviously, like everybody our age knows about that. But if you were in the theaters, you'd have been like, I have no idea what's happening here.
Yeah.
And
I didn't know what was in the box still, though.
Yeah.
Like, I had an idea, but I didn't know.
I did. I was like, dude, he killed Gwyneth Paltrow, and then he's going to get Brad Pitt to kill him. But I didn't know if Brad Pitt was going to do it. And I was actually glad that he did, because I was like, that's such a good way for this movie to end, and the way that Fincher wanted to end the movie was that Brad Pitt's character shoots Kevin Spacey's character, and then boom, fade to black. And I was like, that would have been a fucking amazing way to end this movie. Because everyone in the theater would be like, what? What happened? What?
Well, the whole when they finally the studio finally said, all right, you can have your crazy ending.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be happy. They said, but we want Morgan Freeman to kill him. And Morgan Freeman said, I'm not doing that. That's not how this works.
And they shot multiple endings, and they did test screenings, and they had one where like Morgan Freeman shot Brad Pitt, and they had one where Morgan Freeman shot Kevin Spacey, and
he shot himself.
one where the helicopter crashed. No, so I think that I don't remember if it was the screening audiences or if it was the whole creative team, but everybody was like, "No, dude, this is the one right here. This is great."
That is. It is. Dude, that's my first one.
Brad Pitt's like slowly becoming unhinged through the whole movie, so it's a perfect way to just tip him right over the edge.
Yeah. When he's like, he's like, what's in the box? He's like, become wrath. I was like, oh, dude, this is, who thinks of this? This is awesome.
Yeah, that shit was
I like it. That was my first one. Also, my second one was the sloth reveal, the one you talked about, the year-long torture.
Yeah.
Tableau where the corpse is laying there and he's like looking really close, and I was already kind of like squeezing my man pawn really tight, and he like takes a like that and he jumps back and the music stabs really loud. God, that was friggin' masterclass in tension. It was just building it up. And
supposedly what I read anyway was that, like, they didn't tell any of the actors that the sloth guy was going to do that. It was just going to be a corpse. And then Fincher like told the sloth actors like, and then you pop up and make a big exhale. And so like there are varying reports. One says that Johnny C like actually was scared shitless when that guy did that, and he claims he was like, I was just acting surprised as a character would have.
Sure he was.
He was like, I was on Platoon, bitches. That shit wasn't scary. But
yeah.
But apparently that was a surprise to the actors. Yeah. I like when directors do that.
Yeah, of course. That gets that real response. I like that too.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. The one was that one. He starved the guy for the year, and then the gluttony one, he just freaking made him eat spaghetti until his stomach exploded. Like, that is messed up.
This is like.
I mean, I do that at buffets, but like.
That's different. Yeah. Crab legs are different. We're eating crab legs so they become extinct. That guy was just eating.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure my kid never gets to eat a crab leg by eating them all before he reaches
Never, ever. I'll teach him about crab legs. So that was my second. What's your second one?
That was a great one. That was freaking gross as hell. My next one was the chase scene.
Oh, yeah.
Because I liked how, they figured out through the library card that John Doe, Kevin Spacey's checking out all these books about the 7 deadly sins. Yeah. And they go to his apartment, and it's creepy as shit, and he's there, and then there's a big, long chase with him and Brad Pitt. But I liked the chase because usually the chase scene is like Point Break, where it's like the steady cam, the camera guy's running through, and he's like jumping through windows, and he like steps in a dog bowl, and he like jumps over the fence. But this one, Brad Pitt was like ducked behind the corner. He's like looking around. The guy shoots at him, he's ducking back.
Yeah.
The window, and he's like ducking down, and so I was like, this is cool. I liked it, the chase scene, like, because I wouldn't be sprinting after a guy who was shooting at me. I'd be like, let me just take this corner real slow.
You got to take it slow. Plus, that was right after Morgan Freeman found out that Gwyneth Paltrow was going to have a baby.
Yeah.
So now, when he's chasing, he's not chasing Kevin Spacey. He's chasing Brad Pitt. And dude, I love that. It just sets the dynamic even deeper. Dude, it's fantastic.
And there's so much good stuff about that because there's that part, right? With Morgan Freeman knows that Brad Pitt's character is having a baby. He doesn't yet.
Right.
For some reason. And then he's chasing John Doe, Kevin Spacey, but also they're filming it in such a way where it's Fincher's like, I hate chase scenes where everyone's just sprinting the whole time. Like, if you were chasing a psycho with a gun, you would take care before you turned the corner. And I was like, that's exactly what they were doing. And then at the end, like, dude, he's like up against that garbage truck. He's like checking in the windows. He's like looking under. I was like, dude, he should look up top. And then right then, Kevin Spacey like hits him with a tire iron.
Smash. Yeah.
And then Brad Pitt like insisted on doing his own stunts because he was outside Pretty Boy Bad Brad Pitt at this point. And so he actually did like fall down and like smash his arm all up. And like
that was a real cast.
Yeah, so that cast was like not scripted. That was real. And then when they shot scenes that were set earlier in the movie, like had to have his hand in his pocket the whole time.
That's so cool.
Dude, there's just so much about that chase scene that I was like, this shit is awesome.
Yeah. Did you hear how he broke it too? He slipped because when he was running across the cars, he stepped on a wet hood and put his hand through a windshield. Severed a tendon. That's
dude,
crazy.
I was... Because at one point he like does the classic thing that people do when they have chase scenes in New York is like they grab onto the fire escape ladder and then the ladder comes down and they like fall through an awning and then land on a pile of garbage.
Right.
And I was thinking like if I fell not off a ladder through a awning, if I just like tripped and fell into a pile of garbage, I feel like I would have to summon medical attention.
I'll call it.
Like from ground level, but he like drops like 15 feet, lands in a pile of garbage, gets up and keeps running. I was like, I don't know if that's movie magic or if he's just younger.
Some people just have that adrenaline pumping, and he's young and he can do it.
Dude,
I cannot.
I would be out 6 weeks. Sometimes I sneeze and I'm like, oh God, where's the pain medicine?
I changed our sheets and I used the wrong pillow, and I had to call in sick for 2 days. So I know.
I did check because Brad Pitt, when this movie filmed, was 31, so that was a different time because I'm 45. So
yeah,
but yeah, for sure. I have definitely hurt my back changing my shoes, but
my third scene is, dude, it's gluttony.
yeah,
The one with the bloated corpse. There's freaking roaches everywhere, and you don't get to really see it because that ENR like bleach bypass look that look that they use where it's like, plus he uses like just one camera moving throughout the whole thing.
yeah.
Dude, it just makes the whole city and that, especially that apartment, but the whole thing, because it's just constantly raining for the whole movie.
Yeah.
And they never say what city it is. You can't, it's nondescript decade clothing and stuff like that. That whole thing, that opening case set the whole thing for me, because I was like, this place is horrible. It's everything looks mildewed, and it's all like morally rotten and actually rotten, but it feels like I can smell the movie. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like as soon as I saw the gluttony scene, I was just like, oh snap.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, now in smell-o-vision. I like that scene because it's the first sin, so they don't know at this point that it's a serial killer, and they don't know it's based on the 7 deadly sins. And there's a whole like reveal in the morgue where it's like they bring in the little baggie and it's got like stuff that's scraped off his like linoleum floor, and then Morgan Freeman goes back there and he moves the fridge, and then underneath it he like scraped gluttony into the floor.
Yeah.
And those are
That's
leftover
freaking
pieces.
how he makes it fit in the linoleum floor. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, that one was awesome. I always think that I can't remember which comedian it is, but like I'm just trying to imagine that guy. They're like, hey, we need someone super fat. He's going to be gluttony in this Brad Pitt movie, and the guy's like, ooh, I'll do that. That guy knows that's him. Like, does he tell his family?
Hey, Bill, saw your fat ass on TV. I know.
I gotta get rid of that shirt. Like,
I like to think that's a fat suit. That dude was wicked huge, right?
I don't know.
He was
let's say
huge.
For fairness' sake, that's what happened there. But yeah, that one was great.
Yeah, that's my third one.
My third one was when Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt have dinner in their shaky apartment with Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, with the train coming by. Yeah. Yeah,
she's Brad Pitt's wife in this movie, and then she calls Morgan Freeman, and she's like, hey, why don't you come over to dinner? And he's standing right next to Brad Pitt while he's talking to his wife on the phone. Brad Pitt's like, what the hell are you talking about? He's like, we're going to dinner at your house. Because they don't like each other. They're like all the time being jerks to each other.
Getting too old for this shit.
Dude, the studio didn't want to cast Morgan Freeman because they're like, if we have a white cop and a black cop, everyone's going to think it's Lethal Weapon. Which is a horrible reason to not cast Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, I was just about to say, of all the reasons to not have him.
We'll talk about it in characters, but I can't even think of a Morgan Freeman movie that I don't like. I definitely can't think of one where I'm like, hey, well, he wasn't that good in that one.
Yeah, he's awesome in all the things.
Yeah. But I like that one because the whole apartment's shaking. They're telling the story about the two of them together, and like they moved to New York, and like the rental agent.
Is it New York?
They never say, but I
and
they filmed it in Los Angeles, but it looks like it's supposed to be New York.
Yeah, I felt that too. Just wondering. I couldn't remember because I thought they didn't say.
They didn't say what year it was. They didn't say what city it was. There aren't that many urban cities in America that have above ground trains that will shake buildings.
Right.
So it's either Chicago or New York. It's supposed to be. But they don't say intentionally. Right.
Yeah.
But anyway, so maybe not. But anyway, the building's shaking, and Brad Pitt's like, the guy was showing us the place. He's like, I thought he was just being really efficient. And then when we moved in, we realized why he only let us visit for 5 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
Because the train shakes the whole place like 3 times a day. But I like that. They're like joking horrible. And they're having some drinks and they're starting to be friends.
Right.
It's like a getting to know you montage, except not a montage. But I like
except not a montage.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Good scene. I like it. Let's do quotes. What's your first one?
My first quote is "What's in the box?"
Yeah.
That's
Why would it not be?
it? It has to be.
It's pop culture
Yeah.
in a box. It's fantastic. I love how he plays it too.
Yeah.
He really you can tell
Yeah.
his psyche is slowly just imploding when he's realizing what's going on.
Yeah. And dude, and the crazy thing to me that is actually pretty awesome is that Morgan Freeman doesn't answer the question of what's in the box, which is his pregnant wife's head, and
Right.
they don't show him what's in the box. So he fully goes off and shoots John Doe without ever having even verified that it happened. The only person that's saying that it happened is John Doe, the psychopath. But he's just shoots him anyway, and then shoots him a whole bunch more times.
He empties the clip in there.
But yeah, that was my first one.
No, that's also my first one. My second one hit home a little too much for me. It says wanting people to listen. You just can't tap them on the shoulder anymore. You have to hit them with a sledgehammer, and then you'll notice you've got their strict attention. As a teacher, that's totally a thing.
Yeah. Yes.
And plus, I really like that. I like how everybody, I am vying for the attention. As a teacher, when they have their computers open and they're looking at YouTube or Tetris or whatever they're looking at, I got to either walk around and make sure they don't do that constantly,
right?
Or I got to make my stuff so much better that they don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
And I'm just constantly vying for their attention.
Yeah.
And that stinks, but
if
I hit them,
you're competing with their attention with multi-billion-dollar companies whose existences depend on them retaining the attention of them better than you can.
right? And I still get them sometimes.
Yeah,
Which makes me feel nice,
absolutely. That's a huge W.
especially because they won't let me bring my sledgehammer to school anymore. But that would totally work.
That would absolutely work.
All you would have to do is hit one kid. The rest of them would fall in line. I know they would. It doesn't even matter which
I
one.
went to Catholic school for 13 years, and the number of times I can remember a teacher physically striking a student with an object, it's not zero. I'll tell you that much.
It's definitely not zero.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's not
it's
like
definitely
1,000, but it's not zero either. So we're not that far removed from teachers straight up wailing on a kid if they weren't listening. And that kid usually did listen for a little bit after that.
Yeah, dude, I can remember Sister Juliana hitting me on the back of the neck because I was looking down when we were reading, and she thought I was sleeping. And I told that story to my students, and they're like, I knocked that nun out. And I was like, okay, cool. You're just going to punch a lady of the cloth and never go to school there again.
You just punch Jesus' wife right in the face? I don't think I like that.
I didn't think you were going to say Jesus' wife.
That's what the nuns used to always joke about. They're like, I'm married to Jesus. We're like, how's that going for you? Necrophiliac. My next quote is Morgan Freeman doesn't like Brad Pitt because he's brash and he's young and he's from somewhere else. And he's like, you just go out, wait outside. And Brad Pitt's like, you read my file, right? He's, I worked homicide for, he's like, I wasn't standing around at Taco Bell. He's like, I worked homicide for 5 years.
Yeah.
And like that. I wasn't standing around guarding the Taco Bell. And then Morgan Freeman just goes like, but not here, right? And he's like,
Yeah,
no,
but not here. Yeah.
Well, just remember that.
It's freaking awesome.
Morgan Freeman is absolutely doing the Danny Glover, I'm getting too old for this shit, because he's got a week left before he retires.
Right. God, dude, I can't even imagine what's going to happen a week before I have to retire. I'm definitely not taking on a new case.
Dude, I hope a week before you retire, you go, I'm using my vacation. See you guys never.
Yeah, I'm saying a week before I leave, because right now I'm built up. I got 40-something days. I'm going to be good. By the time I retire, I'm just going to, the whole last year I'll get paid.
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't your mom take a year off and just
pretty close, yeah.
Bunch of vacation? That's the move right there.
But I don't want to take on a new case right before I retire.
No, I definitely don't.
No,
I don't want to be standing out in the rain either, chasing a serial killer.
Yeah, I don't want to be standing in the rain, period. My third one is from Morgan Freeman. He says, Ernest Hemingway once wrote, "The world is a fine place and worth fighting for." I agree with that second part.
Yeah.
I love how he's like trying to cling to a purpose because he knows once he retires,
yeah,
it's going to be way different. Morgan Freeman voiceover, come on.
I know. That's the voiceover that the movie ends on. It's not as powerful as if they cut to black right after Brad Pitt shot Kevin Spacey.
Right after.
I maintain. But that was awesome. And dude, I didn't put it in my scenes, but I really liked the scene when the two of them were at the bar and they were talking about that, like they were like exchanging their life philosophies, and Brad Pitt was saying like, he's like, I don't think you're retiring because you're saying all this stuff. He's like, I think you're saying all this stuff because you're getting ready to retire. You're trying to convince yourself.
Yeah.
But they're having this whole conversation. I was like, dude, this movie's smart. These guys are saying stuff. It's like important.
It's so smart. They're like saying things and doing stuff.
Like multi-syllable words at a bar.
Oh man, they speak goodly.
They rewrote the dialogue a little bit after the casting to kind of fit the character's acting style. So like they
That
gave
seems
Brad Pitt,
smart.
like more like speeches, and they gave Morgan Freeman more like kind of short, like eloquent. It's like that's a really good idea.
Yeah, that seems like how it should be.
Yeah, agreed.
Rewrite it for the people. Speaking of the people, who's your first?
Hold on, my third quote.
Oh,
is,
that snap! Yeah, that's right.
they're talking about how to find John Doe, and then Morgan Freeman's saying like he's educated. He's like read about this and read about this, and Brad Pitt's like flips out on him. He's like, he's a nutbag. Just because the fucker's got a library card doesn't make him Yoda.
True that.
And I was like, that's a great quote. Just because the fucker's got a library card doesn't make him Yoda.
Right. By the way, do you have a library card?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so do I. I think it's me and you, my mom, and like 9 other people that go there to make BM, and everybody else doesn't.
Do I go to the library? No, but I have a library card, and I use it to check out things digitally, and a bunch of friends do too.
Yeah, that's the answer. It's so weird that nobody does that.
I don't. I mean, it's free. You can just download. I've been sitting in an airplane, RIP, but back when you could fly places, waiting to take off, and downloaded an ebook through the library app before the flight took off. So this is the gem right there.
Yeah, future.
Yeah. Characters. Who's your first character?
Dude, my first one's Morgan Freeman, Detective Somerset.
Yeah, he's my second.
Heart and soul of the film. Dude, he's freaking like smart. He's freaking weary. He's like cynical. Dude, I like it. He's seen too much, but he's got to stay around for one more.
Yeah.
One last like devastating case, and even though that the city is designed to break him, he doesn't break. He's got his knife that he throws into the thing. He's got the metronome that he falls asleep to.
Yeah, it was there was some weird unexplained stuff. Like he gets up wearing his oversized Allen Iverson basketball shorts, boxers that hang down to mid calf, and he just takes out his switchblade and starts throwing it at a dartboard in the middle of the night. Nothing happened before that or after that. That was just him.
But here's the thing. Like, I like when there's no exposition for some stuff. So the whole time you're like, oh yeah, he's got the metronome because of and you like come up with something in your head. Right. I love that.
I was just thinking that's why his girl left, because she was like, are you throwing the switchblade again? It's the middle of the fucking night.
Tick, 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 tick.
Yeah, dude, he's great. And I was thinking it's kind of weird because he's not like an actor for me who disappears into the role. I'm always like, right on, Morgan Freeman. But
it
so
doesn't
good.
matter.
Every time he's in something, he's just freaking smashing it. It's like two-handed 1994 Shaq dunk. Like that's Morgan Freeman every time he's on screen.
But he's always looked so much like he's already looked old early on. And I just pretend like Morgan Freeman is all of these people. He's done all of these things.
Yeah. I could believe that he's lived all these lives. He broke out of Shawshank, and then he became a detective. He was God for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah. So who's your first one?
My first one was Brad Pitt, because I liked how his character got. Because I just kept thinking this is like the prequel to Fight Club.
Yeah,
where his character just has that like slow descent into almost madness and just keeps getting more and more beat up throughout the movie. But again, like in 1995, we just have like long-haired outside Brad Pitt. We don't know.
Outside Brad Pitt doesn't do that. Yeah,
dirty, grody Brad Pitt who's like going to get dark and weird.
I like dark and weird better than outside. I think we know this, but
we have established that for sure. Yeah, I thought he's really good in this. I feel bad because now I know that he's a shitty person.
Yeah,
makes good movies, and I'm not. It's complicated about how to feel about that. I know.
Yeah.
But I don't like that. It's like when he puts out a new movie, everyone's like, "Yeah, Brad Pitt, come on my podcast. Let's give him big hugs." I'm like, the guy is a jerk. I'd go see his movie, and I guess if he wanted to come on this podcast, we would happily welcome him and not talk about him being a jerk. Because
that's what I'm thinking. If he calls and you go like, "Oh, dude, Brad Pitt's freaking calling again. Go to
That
voicemail.
dude, he would have been as canceled as you can get if he's like, maybe I'll go on that Movie Life Crisis podcast. It's like, dude, you should just start your own podcast. That would be better.
You start your own and have us on it.
Yeah. But he, despite what we now know about Brad Pitt as a human, was very good in this movie, and I liked his character arc. And again, I like the transition from outside Brad Pitt to like gross, weird Brad Pitt.
Yeah, dude, he's super impulsive. He's freaking idealistic. I love all that. Like, I love how he was. He's
who's your third?
Dude, it's got to be Kevin Spacey. That freaking weirdo killed it. He killed it.
I think if it wasn't for The Usual Suspects coming out in the same year, that this performance would have been a lot more impactful, because I feel like that one got all the like press.
I get that.
Because it was
but
such
the
a
fact that I didn't.
I was just thinking about Usual Suspects. I was like, he's just doing Usual Suspects again. But that doesn't mean it's not awesome. It's just that I already saw it this year.
But this is kind of all of his thing. Like, this is how he acts all the time. If you watch like House of Cards, he's very like.
Yeah, I guess for like American Beauty, he's like always at like tightly controlled, like.
Yeah, he's not a crazy killer. He's just like patient and methodical.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, we found out a lot of horrible stuff about Kevin Spacey, but if we found out that he like chopped people up and kept them in his freezer, I'd be like, I believe it.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not saying we should go check, but I'm like, I wouldn't be like, wow, I'm stunned by that.
They never tried to kill me.
I could change him. He was not my third character because I thought he was doing Usual Suspects again, which is not his fault. He was super important in the movie, and he did an incredible job. But I really liked Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, she did a good job.
23 in this movie. She's barely done any movies at this point. And I was like, dude, she's so good. I could just tell. I mean, we know now, but I'm like, you could just tell even now. That's Gwyneth Paltrow. She's going to be Gwyneth Paltrow. Like, she's already there. Like, she's great.
She,
like, she's super real and like just very, I don't know, like just like sitting there with Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt, like completely holding their own. I was like, dude, she didn't have a lot to do in the movie, but she was awesome.
Yeah, I liked her a lot. I mean, I like her in a lot of her things. Not so much her website where you can buy stuff like candles that smell like her JJ and all that. But
No,
like,
I'm good on that.
but yeah, that kind of stuff's weird. But she's
up.
still a good actress. Yeah.
Again, yeah, she doesn't seem like a horrible person. She just seems like an idiot, which is
she's
fine.
weird.
But in this movie, I thought she was awesome.
Candle smells like my JJ. All right, director.
David
Fincher,
man. And I was looking at his his filmography. Like he did The Game in '97, which is a super weird movie that I really like.
Yeah.
He did Fight Club in '99, which is amazing. And then he's done some stuff I didn't care about, but like Gone Girl, I think is awesome. The Social Network, I love.
All of his movies have that same like. The what now? The who's doing what now? What? So like Zodiac and Panic Room and even Benjamin Buttons, everything has that tinge where it's just like,
yeah, dude, he's got his style.
Yeah, I like his style. It's freaking. I love The Game. I hope in 2 years we do that one.
Yeah, dude, we're definitely doing The Game. I like that movie.
Yeah, I like Michael Douglas. I like how he disowned anything to do with Alien 3.
Yeah.
I like how he wasn't even supposed to get this script and they accidentally sent it to him by mistake and he read it and loved it and it was like, no, I want to do this. And they're like, yeah, it wasn't supposed to be for you. He's like, yeah, but I want to. Yeah. So they gave it to him. I like how because of Alien, he was like, they ruined that one. I want to do it my way. And that's why you get that like.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
It's our thing that we were talking about.
The script had been optioned by another studio, and they were trying to produce it, but they were doing the thing where it's like, we're changing the ending. Everyone's going to walk away over happy music, and like it was different, all different cast, all different directors, and then they were like, we ran out of money. The option will go into turnaround or whatever. New Line gets it.
Yeah.
Accidentally gets it to Fincher. He's like, I'll do it. And they're like, well, it wasn't really. He's like, nope, we're doing it.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I don't know. It's cool, man. Because I'm sure there are other directors who could have made the movie that we've now seen that he made, but I think if they'd been in the same situation, it would have been hard to get the same thing.
I don't think you get what he does. Like,
and dude, I like when creative people go like, just hey, money people, just go away. We're doing something here.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
don't
going to be
do it.
awesome, I promise.
Yeah, and if it isn't, that's fine. Like, I wish that, like, we've talked about this a bunch. Like, dude, I wish Disney and Marvel would do that. Just give a guy money and let him go make a Han Solo movie. Like, don't be in the middle of it messing with it. Just let him do something. Like, some of them will suck, but some of them might be awesome.
Yeah, who cares if they suck? Sometimes they suck but still make money.
Yeah, they all make money, but like when they're soulless, like that no one gives. Dude, just let people make weird movies. Sometimes they'll be awesome.
Right. That's how I feel about what's the Thor movie that
Yeah, Taika Waititi.
Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder.
Everybody hates that movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
Like they don't all have to be the same thing.
I don't know. If you didn't see the Dark World, the Thor Dark World, I don't know why you wouldn't be thrilled with Love and Thunder.
Right.
But anyway, the writer, Andrew Kevin Walker, he's 31 when this gets made. He writes it when he's in his 20s. It's his first.
He's working at Tower Records when he writes it.
He's working at Tower Records, and he was like, writing on Tales from the Crypt and stuff like that. And he's doing uncredited rewrites, and then this gets done. Now he's done a bunch of stuff since then where he worked with other, like he worked on The Game, and he worked on 8mm, and he's doing a bunch of rewrites. He worked on Fight Club. Like he's done a bunch of David Fincher like rewrite stuff.
Rewrites, yeah.
And dude, I read this. I didn't know. I had never heard of this guy. I didn't know, but he wrote adaptations of Silver Surfer, X-Men, and Batman versus Superman. None of them ever got made. And I'm like, dude, I would kind of love to see whatever this guy wrote.
Yeah,
for those
I bet it would
comic
be dark as hell. I love that.
Yeah, but that shit would be awesome.
Yeah. Dude, when you said 8mm, I didn't realize he was on that one. That shit is terrifyingly cool. It's friggin' snuff films. It's crazy stuff.
That was a freaky ass movie for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I like how he's like miserable, depressed, and working at Tower Records, and you could tell it's in this movie, and I like that. Like when art follows real life. Dude, how do you say the cinematographer's name? Darius Kandanji?
Kanji? I don't know. Khondji.
Dude, he freaking did a fantastic job at...
He's Iranian.
Dude, he freaking killed it with making the look of this like that. I'm telling you, I looked it up because I was like, what is this even called? It's ENR bleach bypass.
Yeah.
And just overexposing stuff, and the darks are super darks, and the whites are all like, everything's grainy. Dude, I love it. Perpetually rainy. And if you look at like some of the other movies he's done where it's like, Se7en and Delicatessen and The Beach and random stuff like that, you could tell this dude's got a style too, and I freaking kind of like his style.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because I didn't know about any of that because I don't look anything up before I watch the movie, but I was watching it at my studio and I had the lights on because it was daytime and I thought it was going to be scary.
Yeah.
And, dude, this movie's too dark. I can't see anything. So I got to turn the lights on. And I turned the lights off, and I was like, oh, this is actually pretty awesome. But yeah, then I read about that. I was like, that is super cool.
Yeah. Dude, super dark blacks, like desaturated.
Yeah, editor, like the composer, everybody in this movie.
Score, Howard Shore. Yeah.
God, that shit was good. And the stories about this movie, there's so many people that they offered it to. They were like, that's the weirdest, darkest shit I ever read. Like, I'm not doing it. Like, so many people turned it down because they're like, that script is so dark, I'm out. Like, they wanted Ned Beatty to play John Doe because he looks just like the Zodiac Killer composite sketch. And Beatty said the script was the most evil thing I've ever read.
I like me some Ned Beatty.
Yeah. Val Kilmer turned down John Doe. Arlie Ermy, who plays their like sergeant, was auditioned for John Doe, but they didn't like his audition. But like I think Brad Pitt kind of convinced them to do Kevin Spacey.
As if he didn't have enough going on with friggin' Outbreak and Usual Suspects and.
Well, that's what Kevin Spacey said. Why he insisted. He's like, I'm doing Usual Suspects. I'm doing Outbreak. Already that year, he's like, when they were negotiating this for the shooting, I guess they hadn't come out yet. He's like, but if those movies do well, he's like, everyone will know If I'm the third build person in this movie and an hour has happened and I'm not on screen, they'll know. He's like, so I'll do it, but I can't. I'm not going to be on the poster. I can't be credited. Like I can be billed at the end. And they ended up doing it. And they also they were talking about the scenes in the back, the last scene you and I talked about, where they're riding in the cop car where they're shooting Brad Morgan Freeman. And they did that, they taped that in the actual car, but then they had to go dub a bunch of it because there was a bunch of outside noise that kind of ruined the audio.
Yeah. And
Brad Pitt was like really cranky about that. He's like, because they thought the performance wasn't as good when they weren't all sitting there facing each other. Because then you have to go to like an audio booth and re-record the dialogue.
Yeah.
And dude, I just like when actors are like weird about shit like that. They're like, no, it was great, but they didn't have any money. Everyone was out of time. Brad Pitt, they filmed in 5 weeks to get Brad Pitt's schedule to work. They filmed Kevin Spacey's part, I think, in like 10 days or some shit.
Yeah, he wasn't in too much of it, so I guess they could probably
he wasn't
cram a bunch of that in there. Dude, I thought I freaking liked his whole performance. He killed it.
Yeah.
Plus, now you got stuff in a box way before SNL did it and ruined it for these kids that I teach.
Yeah, dude. What do you have any more bonus good?
I don't have any more bonus good, no.
All right. What about worst? I don't have any worst. I mean, it's 2 hours and 6 minutes, and I actually thought that there's not a lot that I would have cut out of this.
Yeah, dude. At first, I was going to be like, well, I can tell. Like, the opening credits are cool.
Yeah.
That thing we were talking about, Kyle Cooper. He killed it with that. But I saw some things in there. I was like, ooh, like the optical comps that are going to be in there. Like, I could tell, like, it's going to look 90s. But, dude, those practical gore effects held up really nice. Like
man,
like the gluttony and sloth looked really good, and it was, dude, it's scary.
Yeah, I can't.
It was scary.
I can't I don't have a lot of opinions on the gore because I was doing like watching through my fingers when that part.
Yeah.
Like when the freaking lust guy was that part will haunt everyone's dreams. Whoever saw it.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of worst other than just the people involved with this that we now know are horrible.
I will also mention this entire plot is a time capsule for the pre-digital world, and going to the library and having traced by hand library records and like pagers and landlines. Like there is, like, you have cell phones. The tension at the end of this movie changes completely.
Yeah.
Like I like that. I'm glad that they were able to do that. Like you try to remake this with cell phones. Like, how does that changes everything?
I know we talk about it all the time. Like when you get into the 2000s and you're trying to make the same kind of movies. It's like we have to immediately come up with a reason why someone didn't have their cell phone when this thing happened, because that would bypass all of the answers.
Yeah,
it's like ChatGPT, who is the Zodiac killer, and it's like, hang on, I'm thinking
Ned Beatty.
I think it might be you, and she's like, oh shit, that seems right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So old tech, it's definitely set. They don't ever say when or where it is set, but it definitely is set pre-cell phone, pre-internet.
Yeah, it is. It is. But I didn't have anything else for.
No, I didn't either.
Worst.
Pleasantly surprised. 5 questions. Is it okay for kids?
Hard no. Jesus. Just graphic, like aftermaths of crimes and freaking existential despair constantly.
Get to ever sleep again? No.
So yeah, I would say this is for mature audiences only.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Would this movie get made if it were pitched now? I don't think you can make a movie that, like, I don't think you can remake a movie that has a twist ending because everyone's going to know. But I was thinking that the, like, Jordan Peele is like, this is the kind of stuff that he is kind of doing. Yeah. Like, really smart, really dark shit. And then there's always like some interesting twist. His stuff always has like a little bit more like layered, like meta social commentary stuff in it that I didn't really get from this one.
Undertones, yeah.
Other than this guy like wants to live in the rural areas and not in the city, but
dude, can't they make a movie? I just can't even picture that they make a movie that's a downer. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody wants that anymore.
Well, they still make plenty of like thrillers though, and like low budget horror thriller movies.
Yeah, but everybody ends up together smiling, and the bad guys laying dead as they hold hands and walk away to friggin' happy music, like you said. But like true crime, that shit's super hot. Everybody loves that. Like there's people that listen to podcasts of that.
Yeah.
Which is silly.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think this would be a tough one. I mean, I like a thriller that's got maybe got a little bit of a horror flavor to it.
Yeah.
So I'm for it. You could definitely do this as a TV show. 7 Deadly Sins lends itself perfectly to doing it like 7 to 10 episode, episodic.
7 episode. Each one gets its own sin.
Each one is titled. And it makes the last 2 kind of tricky since they happen simultaneously. But
you can make it happen.
There.
No, you do the thing where you show it the same things happening from a different perspective. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where it's like the same dialogue.
Yeah, so I don't know if you could remake it, but I think it could totally be a TV show. I didn't try to do any recasting. Did you try to do any recasting?
Yeah, I want Jeffrey Wright to play Somerset. You know what I'm talking about? Peoples Hernandez.
Yes.
And then who's the guy from The Bear? I want him to be Brad Pitt.
Jeremy Allen White.
Yeah, that's the guy. And I didn't know who to play. I was thinking maybe like Bill Skarsgård could do John Doe, but I don't really know who's got that Kevin Spacey feel.
I wanted to if you really wanted to do a twist ending, I wanted to have the serial killer be a woman, since serial killers are always white men.
Always men, yeah.
I mean, statistically, like 90-something%. I was like, it'd be kind of a cool twist to have it be a woman. But I couldn't think of anyone who would be that scary. Although I think like Aubrey Plaza is pretty freaking scary.
She could do it with her freaking dead eyes. That's fantastic. That's a great idea. Let's have her do it.
Yeah. Can you still watch and enjoy this movie in 2025? Yeah.
Enjoy is a strong word, but isn't it weird how like uncomfortable it makes you, but you're still like, yeah, it was a freaking good movie. I gave it an 8.5. You ever going to watch it? Not on purpose, but yeah.
Can you think of a scenario where you might watch it again? I was like, maybe. I'm not.
No, but yes.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm trying to like, because I'm, like you and I watch stuff on purpose. Like I guess you still have cable that you pay for, but I'm trying to think of like, if I'm in a hotel room, that's when TV is shown to me and I'm like flipping through the channels. I'm trying to think, am I flipping through? What mood do I have to be in if I'm flipping through and it says 7? I'm like, ooh, I'll hit this for a second while I eat my pizza.
I think I'll have my spaghetti now during this episode.
Just, like flip over to House Hunters International or something, like whatever dumb thing is on.
Right.
So I'm like, you got to be for me, I got to be in the mood to watch a freaky ass dark movie like this.
No, you're 100% accurate. 100%.
But I know there are other people who are all about that.
Yeah.
But anyway, you can find it online. It's available for rent. I suggest that for the next episode, we do a nice palate cleansing with While You Were Sleeping. Sandra Pullman.
I am so excited. Are you wearing black underwears? I love black underwears. Dude, I love While You Were Sleeping. I can't wait to do that one.
Yeah. So thank you guys for listening. We'll come back in 2 weeks with While You Were Sleeping. And if Jeff and I's workload goes from hellish to manageable, we will get back on Patreon where we are woefully slacking. But we do very much appreciate you Patreon folks for supporting the arts. And we will eventually get some of that done.
Yeah, we got plans.
Yeah. All right. Vaya con Dios.
Vaya con Dios.
Thanks for listening to Movie Life Crisis. Please subscribe, rate, and review. And remember, don't drive angry.